Okay, now maybe you guys can hear me. Good evening. Hello, everyone. I am Sinfully Cerebral coming to you live from Tangled, and I am also live on YouTube. Sal Frodo, yes, you have hit the nail on the head. That is exactly what I'm talking about for why I'm a little bit sad today, but it's okay. I also, against my better judgment, went to go hang out and play poker after a lot of peer pressure from the community, and I also lost there too. So it was quite a devastating day. Thankfully, the poker was not for real money, and I also do not believe in gambling, guys. Even though I do feel like the economy has a lot of parts to it that are gambling, but we won't get into that tonight. Kawayan, what's up? And Bevs, hey, what's up? Art Prompter, thanks for coming to hang out. I hope you're not too busy tonight. Hey, Chrissy. Could cause? You mean a good cause? How many gummies did you have tonight, Salfredo? Chrissy, thanks for coming to hang out. Everybody is still going to get paid for yesterday's live stream. I just have to tally up everybody who was in the chat hanging out and distribute um, your earnings. But I will do that this weekend at some point. I just haven't had a chance since I went to bed last night after the live stream, and then I was working today, and then I was also live for, like I said, the poker game. So it's been kind of a busy day. You don't see any on screen. You don't see any on screen. What? Too many what? Oh, too many just me being busy all day. Yeah, I'm kind of tired, honestly. I just want to make sure that I am getting my streams in because I love the community. So if you are on YouTube, you can go into the description and you can follow my link tree over to Tangled and hang out with us over there if you want to see the majority of the people that I'm going to be chatting with. But if not, that is okay too. And right now I'm deciding on which Neogenian video I want to start with tonight. I'm going to do What is Existence?
Welcome, Neogenians. Today we unravel one of humanity's greatest mysteries. What is existence? According to the Neogenian system, existence is fundamentally a mental reality, structured mathematically and expressed as a collective dream. We as eternal minds, known as Zetas, co-create this shared experience through the combination of our mental waves. In the Neogenian system, existence is mental in essence. It's not an independent material world separate from consciousness, but a shared reality created by us as Zetas, which are eternal minds. Here's how this mental reality is structured. 1. Eternal minds. Zetas transcend time and space, existing as frequency containers that interact and shape our collective dream. 2. Mental waves. Each Zeta contributes unique mental waves which combine with others to form the fundamental wave structure of reality. Existence is both mental and mathematical in the Neogenian framework. This is because the mental frequency patterns that form existence are mathematical sinusoids. Reality is built upon the combination of mathematical sinusoids that create complex patterns. These sinusoids are mental waves, and their combination forms the frequency domain. The frequency domain is the immaterial realm where zetas exist and the fundamental waves interact and form the basis of reality. The space-time domain arises through the inverse Fourier transform. The mathematical patterns of the frequency domain manifest as the space-time domain, which we call the holos, which is the material world that we perceive. The mathematical patterns that guide existence are purposeful, not random. They govern the evolution of the cosmos and consciousness. This reality is a collective dream because it's co-created by the mental waves of all zetas. When zetas combine their mental waves, their unique frequencies interact and create the collective dream of reality. The mental waves generate shared mathematical patterns, leading to the collective perception of the space-time domain. All zetas are linked through the grand network of the frequency domain, contributing to the collective dream with each thought, perception, and choice. As Neogenian Zetas, we must recognize our roles as co-creators of this collective dream. By understanding that existence is a mental and mathematical reality, we align with its purposeful pattern. Achieving all awareness and hyper-awareness allows us to recognize the interconnectedness of our minds and how we contribute to the dream. Existence is a shared mental and mathematical reality, a collective dream formed by the mental waves of eternal minds. By comprehending this truth, we can fully grasp our potential as co-creators of the new beginning. For more information on the Neogenian system, including our book series, visit the links in the description of this video.
Okay, now that we had a lovely opener. So right now we are kind of in this moment of transformation in the world where AI and robotics are slowly going to be used by the rich, wealthy individuals in the world and our politicians to slowly but surely swap out human labor for mechanical machine labor. Okay? My realities suck sometimes, is what Sal Frodo said. And honestly, I'm sure that a lot of people will share that sentiment in the future as they start to realize that they don't have much meaning in their day-to-day life, especially when they are no longer needed for work. They don't have the money to take care of their family. They don't have a reason to get out of bed in the morning. So, what's up, Aries? Good day, everyone, he says. Usually Aries comes in here and he's like, hey, my favorite streamer. I haven't paid out tips yet, so Aries, I'm going to pay out tips for yesterday. But you should hang out today, because I'm going to pay out tips today too. For people who are hanging out in the chat and playing a part. Anybody who missed yesterday's stream, you might want to go back and watch the first 10 to 20 minutes, because I did make an announcement about how tips are going to be paid out on Tangled in the future, and things regarding the wheel spin. So if you're interested in that, make sure you do go back and you look at that. And Sal Frodo says, my jobs from the 80s and 90s are gone. Yeah, the 80s and 90s have been gone for a while. So, I mean, the jobs that people believe are going to come out of the advancement in AI are not going to be what people think, first and foremost, I want to say. And then you have to be open to changing your mind and being flexible with learning new skills, even if there are new jobs and careers in the future. It would be like putting yourself in a different position, for one, and two, getting used to a whole new world. Dab says that AI can't sell drugs. I would disagree. So some of the technologies, the disruptive technologies with AI, are going to be things like augmented reality. So augmented reality is a technology that combines the real world with computer-generated content. This can include images, videos, 3D models, sounds, and more. AR can be used for a variety of purposes, including entertainment, shopping, and navigation. So we have augmented reality. Then we have brain chips. So a brain chip, also known as a neural implant, is a small electronic device that is surgically implanted into the brain. Its purpose is to record and or stimulate brain activity, allowing for communication between the brain and external devices or computers. Sorry, just reading that set me off. I don't think that there's going to be much job security, I'm not going to lie. Beware of the future of uneducated. No, for real. I mean, right now, while things like Chatbots are majorly free. While they're still majorly free, people should be using them weekly, if not daily, to educate themselves and put themselves into a higher state of being. What's up, Wells? They can't replace the drugs though. So let's see. What do drugs do? Drugs affect the body's central nervous system. They affect how a person thinks, feels, and behaves. The seven main types are depressants, psychedelics, stimulants, um, emph- empathogens, opioids, cannabinoids, and dissociatives. Depressants slow down the messages traveling between the brain and the body, right? So, tell us all. Sorry for the misspelled words. So I asked AI to tell us all the amazing possibilities of AI in the field of medicine and drug production. AI is transforming medicine and drug production in ways that were once purely science fiction. Here are some of the most amazing possibilities: drug discovery and development, faster drug design. AI models analyze molecular structures to predict drug efficiency, shortening drug discovery from decades to years or even months. Well said, I haven't seen a doctor yet. There are going to be AI doctors. I don't want to hear CBD isn't legal in your country. Yeah, CBD I don't think is legal anymore. I had a problem with the dissociatives years back. What's more important, your health or dumbass law? I want you guys to know that law is dead and people are alive. Sam Jerry, what's up? I don't think I've ever seen your name in chat before. That's a pretty cool name. Sam Jerry, what's up? Well, are we talking about drugs with the U taken out? Or what's up, Seattle John? Please come to Seattle, Jonathan. Are you talking about Dabs going to Seattle for the drug issues? About the CBD stuff? You don't need a doctor, just CBD. Yeah, the natural cannabinoids are extremely helpful to the body, but they have genetically modified the cannabinoids over the last few decades, and now the stuff that we have is something else. That's all I'll say. Good evening. So Seattle John, to catch you up, I was talking about how there won't be any job security in the future because AI will be able to replace everyone either online through desk work or through robotics, the embodiment. And people were saying things like, "Oh, but they can't, sell drugs. They can't take away your drugs." Well, this says otherwise. So not only will AI be able to engineer drugs for you, but they will be optimized specifically to your personal physiological needs. Um, and my point that I was bringing up is that the combination of AI drugs, brain chips, and augmented reality will allow people to stimulate themselves in just about any way that they could possibly imagine. So, the point of today's stream is in the world of hyper abundant labor and abundant energy, what are we as minds having a human experience going to do? A lot of people are talking about finding meaning work, which are things like taking care of the elderly, mentoring youth. Um, oh, describe different topic. Oh, no. Nope, nope, nope. That's not what I want. That's also not what I want. Okay, well, AI can't tell me what meaning work is because AI is lacking in meaning. Oh man, look at how the cookies crumbled so fast. Jonathan Hernandez says that all of that is fake. Everything that you're experiencing is fake. You just don't know it. Begoins, what's up, bro? All you need is 100% rubbing alcohol and weed, and you can make your own. CBD is the medical cannabinoid of weed. Weed has over 1,000 cannabinoids. Yeah, but all that stuff that they have now, you have to make sure that you have like a real strain of THC though, a full real strain, not some crazy hybrid and chemically engineered stuff. Some versions of weed saves children from sickness, but they can go to prison. I know. AR first needs to go beyond peering through a phone to see it. Well, we're not that far off. We're really not that far off. That's like saying, I'll. But there are people who will do that. Maybe some weirdos will prefer that, not me. I want the real thing. Okay, so the real thing comes with having to, one, have a space to do it with that other person. Uh, it comes with potentially having to date, having conversations, spending resources, right? You can go out with the fleshlight every day of the week, several days of the week, and without any extra cost. That's a one-time $100 purchase, and as long as you know how to clean it, it's good for a long time. I was wondering if you were going to read that one out loud or not. Well, I'm dual streaming, so I'm streaming to YouTube and I'm streaming to Tangled right now. So I have to censor myself. I've already said things like drugs and weed and stuff like that, so I have to be careful. I've heard of that, Dabs. Actually, Art Prompter, I thought you were the one who wrote that. It's because it was right underneath of your comment, and your first comment was needs to go beyond peering through a phone to see it, and then it was that next comment, and so like they kind of go together, but yeah. Because if you go to places like Pornhub, you can use the VR glasses in some of the videos, right? So there are scenarios where people are using that stuff together. If you've seen Cyberpunk, I think it's like 777 or 2077 Cyber. Yeah, they have entire scenes where there are people who are outside with like their fleshlight attached and their VR headset on. That could get out of hand quickly. Yeah, that could get out of hand quickly, and it usually does get out of hand quickly if you don't have much stamina. So, the point of today's stream is let's imagine a future where humanity doesn't have to work, but we're not sitting around on our asses like in not Waldo. What's that? What's that movie that Wally? Yeah, humans in Wally. Let's not. So in Wally, humans are obese and they live on these giant. They live on reclining chairs. They have holograms that pretty much shoot TV in front of them and stuff like that. Yeah, Dabs, thank you. And they just drink soda. They're very complacent. Everybody is apparently obese. They can't walk. They have no need to get up or do anything. They don't leave out of their super centers, right? Let's imagine a world that's not like this, and I'm gonna just bring up some ideas. So some of the ideas I had is we could. Oh, you know what's another really good one? I'm gonna start with this one. We could. What is this? This is not what I asked for. Why does it keep bringing me to Chat GPT? Look at how stressed I am. Look at how absolutely awful it is to work with the internet. Anyway, there's an XTC call song like that. Oh no, I got to walk. This boot and no bearing weight on left foot is already killing me. I mean, walking is important. So we could live in a future where we use holograms and cards to do battle with each other. This is one possible scenario for our future, where we are charging each other money to pretty much create cards that are NFTs that have descriptions and abilities to them, and they have to go through a process of becoming official through the game, right? And you pretty much just walk through your town beating everybody up with your most powerful deck and trying to become a world champion. Maybe you can get paid doing this. Maybe there's some dark AI features in the Millennium Puzzles and the Millennium Eyes and stuff like that. Another one I was thinking about is a Metabots future where we can pretty much take the AI robots and make them our companions, and they do battle with each other. They pretty much either they have their own personalities. I mean, we're gonna live in a future where the AI is gonna be bored. Yeah, the AI is already messing with me. I don't know why it wouldn't do that. I do have the extension for um ChatGPT, but I usually have Google up here. I don't know why it wouldn't work. I don't know. Anyway, I don't even want to mess with that. So here's a Metabots, right? So you pretty much walk around, and you're able to teleport your bot to you using this watch. You can't really see the watch in some of these. So here's the game. Here's the watch, and then when you're out and about minding your business, some other little kid comes up to you and asks you to do battle, and you pretty much teleport your robot, and it uses like a city's worth of energy to teleport it. Look how cool this looks. I've never seen these before. I guess this is some kind of Tamagotchi game. That's pretty cool. You guys like Tamagotchi? Another future I was thinking about is Digimon. So Digimon are purely digital creatures, and the way that we can use them in our own reality is through not just VR but also AR. So you could have some kind of goggles that you walk around with, and you have this virtual companion that hangs out with you. What's up, Thari? Thanks for coming to hang out. And you pretty much raise your virtual spirit, and you do battle with other people's virtual spirit, and when you win your spirit grows. We could pretty much go from city to city. Do you think that this would give people meaning in life if they just went around playing games, raising their AI virtual spirit pet that only they could see with like special contact lenses and special glasses and stuff like that? Or do you think that that's too niche? I was also thinking about we could start genetically engineering animals and giving them superpowers, like the ability to use lightning or to read people's minds. Maybe have the ability to spit fire or something like that. I can't even see these ones. Yeah, these ones look like cars. Should we genetically engineer animals to have like special abilities? Look at how cute they are. They could be your best friends. I mean, this is probably illegal. Oh, to truly train a dragon. Oh yeah, I heard that that's gonna be a movie. Should we start trying to do genetic research on animals to turn them into dragons and stuff like that? That would be fun, right? Then we have the Gundam style future where we create giant mechs and do battle with each other. Yeah, that looks cool, right? Look at how cool that looks. China is already making human animal hybrids to grow organs. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they try to do stuff like that with like pigs and stuff like that, right? I don't know if it's China specifically, but I have heard about like um pig human hybrid animals and stuff like that. Look at how cool these Gundams look. Who's getting inside one of these and chopping everybody up? But you gotta remember too, Gundams are part of like a war-based future scenario. There's also like the Avatar future, which looks really cool, not gonna lie, where it's like half spirit world, half like ancient world, all kind of put together and stuff like that. Looks pretty cool. I just think that we're gonna have to start figuring out what we want to do. What's some other good ideas that we can do instead of sitting around doing nothing? I everybody was just talking about this game where you can new game. Yeah, there's this game out there. Yeah, not Cyberpunk. Let me see if there's another one. SWAT. No, there's some other game, not Cyberpunk. Um, on the node, it says Japan's bold leap: human animal hybrid and the future. When did you put this one out? I wish there was a date on this. There is a lot of ads on this page, though. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on. Close. Oh, here it is. Ew. It says the prospects of creating human animal hybrids raises significant ethical questions. Critics argue that this research could lead to unforeseen consequences such as the development of animals with human-like cognitive abilities. To address these concerns, strict guidelines have been established. For instance, if more than 30% of a rodent's brain is found to contain human cells during development, the experiment will be halted, which pretty means that they'll kill it. Bioethics have emphasized the importance of proceeding cautiously. Tetsuya Ishii, a science policy researcher at Hokkaido University, advocates for open dialogue with the public to alleviate fear surrounding these experiments. The careful approach taken by Nakakuchi and his team aims to build trust and understanding as they navigate complex scientific frontier. Sounds scary. February 19th. That was like 9 days ago. Look it up. It's genetics. That's how. Oh, all the ads. Yeah. He said that's how he makes money. I know. I was trying to figure out was that was like Menki or what he was saying. So this is the ad. I mean, not the ad. Sorry. This is the article that Dabs wrote on the Node about Japan's bold leap: human animal hybrids and the future of organ transplants. And this is I was reading number 3, which is this part.
Japan has taken a bold step by allowing research on human-animal hybrids, also known as chimeras.
Now, I want you to know some of these are just images from online.
But what are chimeras? These are organisms containing genetic material from both humans and animals. The process involves injecting
the stuff is real. And I was actually just talking about this 2 or 3 streams ago. What are you guys gonna do when your neighbor down the street actually has legitimate like dog genes and rat genes and shark genes and stuff like that because it makes them tougher, faster, stronger, or because that's what their parents chose for them, you know? Let's see what Alex Jones is saying.
China announces they've got all these AI drones that are autonomous and all these AI weapon systems to direct their aircraft. So what I'm telling you is China has no rules. 20 years ago, they had cows that produced human milk. 20 years ago, they had spiders that produced body armor, spider guts. Okay. They have human animal hybrids 30 years ago. They've got giant human tissue farms. You know, you hear, oh, your Achilles is torn. We've
Yes, this has taken. I wouldn't really necessarily say that this has taken a turn. I think that this is still on topic. Because at the end of the day, like I did want us to have kind of like a nice, lovely stream. At the end of the day, this is where the future is trending towards genetic human modification. People who are obsessed with being human, with purity, are going to become obsolete or going to be pushed out into the country or even pushed out into the forest and have to go back to living like tribes. The masses at large are going to continue to accept whatever is the most popular thoughts, whatever the celebrities are leading them down towards, whatever the politicians choose. So if there's even one celebrity that stands up and says, "Oh yeah, I got that the brain chip implant," or "Oh yeah, I got genetically modified," even if only 1% of their following goes out and does the same thing, if only 1% of their following supports them for that, that's still hundreds of thousands of people that will go out and get that surgery or the modification done. The resistance. I don't know what that is. Let me see. The resistance. It says it's on Amazon, or is it a game? Movie. Okay, I don't really know him too well. I think he was in a few things, but I haven't really seen it. Definitely haven't seen this. From 2020? What is this actor's name? Jesse Eisenberg. I thought he was burned. I thought he was canceled. They're doing already to make perfect children. Well, if you think that perfection comes from physicality, you're already barking. You're taking the wrong path. You're barking up the wrong tree. They do want to make extraordinary children. They want to make supernatural children, which was my point about Pokemon and animal genetic modification. But yes, they are already there. That is the path that they want to take. They want to evolve people. And if you're not ready to evolve, I don't really know what to tell you. Like, why would you want to be a primitive human? Like, somebody in the chat tell me, why would you want to be a primitive human? Shadowrun returns. There is this new game, and I think Hattie was just talking about it on his stream. Jonathan, I don't know if you know what it is. It's like the name of the game is kind of like Outlaws or Renegades or something like that, where you pretty much are an individual with body modifications and you're going around shooting people. I just don't remember what it's called. Let me see. Primitive, not easy today. What do you mean? North Korea and China. Oh, you were talking about North Korea and China are trying to make their perfect children? I mean, I think that they have a lot of their own issues. I can't even speak on what they have going on over there. So, understanding human animal hybrids, the research framework, the Japanese government recently relaxed restrictions that previously limited the growth of animal embryos containing human cells to just 14 days. This change allows researchers to bring these hybrids to term, enabling a more comprehensive study of their development. Nakuchi team plans to inject induced pluripotent stem cells that can differentiate into any cell type into genetically modified rodents embryos that lack the ability to form specific organs such as pancreas. Um, so this next point, which I was reading earlier, was just pretty much saying that once the embryo reaches a certain stage, if they have too many human cells inside of them, the experiment will be halted, which is pretty much they'll be canceled or unalived. Um, to live in primitive place is not easy, not unless you grew up there. That's very true. There's gonna be that's why it's gonna be um a degrading by generation, and then there is going to be an ascension by generation. Now, I don't know if there's going to be genetic modification that can happen just by injecting something into somebody and then they transform overnight. I don't think that is where we're at, and I don't think that we'll be at that place for a very long time. There's a lot of people that are hoping that people like Brian Johnson. Ooh, sorry, it's with a Y. Brian Johnson. Um, they're hoping that people like him will be able to enter. It's called escape velocity for aging. They want to make it so that we no longer age and that we're actually in a state of rejuvenation, constantly moving backwards to our most optimized state of being. But this guy, he drinks like a tablespoon of olive oil and takes like 37 or 38 different types of pills every like 6 hours or something like that. What's up, Gibby? Tiny Needle. Article about curing AIDS and making designer babies modifying genes. Are you saying cellular? I don't. Oh, wait, is this a new one? Oh, okay. Close. 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 Oh, okay. It didn't work. Hold on. I have to drag it over. Okay. So, from AIDS cure to smarter kids, navigating the CRISPR crossroads. Genetic engineering has leaped from science fiction to reality, and CRISPR Cas9 technology is leading the charge. With its ability to precisely edit genes, CRISPR promises to revolutionize medicine, agriculture, and beyond. But this power comes with profound risks and ethical challenges. Let's dive into the world of CRISPR, exploring its potential, its pitfalls, and the critical questions we must answer as we unlock the secrets of our DNA. So, how CRISPR works. The Cas9 protein forms a complex with guide RNA with a the Cas9 protein forms a complex with a guide RNA in a cell. This complex attaches to a matching genomic DNA sequence adjacent to a spacer, yellow segment, that's this part. The Cas9 RNA complex cuts the double strands of the DNA, this part, and programmed DNA may be inserted at the cut. So it's pretty much, and this is the programmed DNA coming over and being implanted, and then it sews it back up. Yeah, designer babies. Listen, if I had the money, I'm having a designer baby. You guys can be haters as much as you want, even if it costs me $100 million or 100 million milliks. If I can afford it, I'm having a designer baby. My baby's gonna have psychic powers. What's up, Spiral? can that guy even call that living anymore? Are you talking about Brian Johnson? Um, I mean, he's rich. I'm pretty sure anything he does feels pretty much alive to him. He ain't really got to do too much. We could probably have a few streams with him. So this is what he looks like now. He's on the Kardashians. Okay, it says okay, you guys can see me again. Sorry, it said that I lost connection with everyone. Let me see. How old is he? I think it said he was like 47. He doesn't even look he doesn't look as young as he should for all the hard work he's putting in. My RAM is only at 70% right now, so there's no reason that I am having so much trouble. Hold on. I'm gonna go back and see what it said about Brian Johnson. Yeah, it says that he's only 47. He's young and he looks pretty old. I thought that he was way older than that. So it says the Kardashian broligarch relations are only growing stronger. First, they cozied up to Elon Musk. Then they had Mark Zuckerberg wearing Kim Kardashian's name across his chest. And now they seem to have aligned themselves with Brian Johnson, a billionaire who's in pursuit of eternal youth and won't stop talking about his erections. What's up, Gibby? Seriously. A new episode of The Kardashians, Kim, Khloe, and Kris Jenner sit down for dinner with biohacker Andrew Huberman, as well as Brian Johnson, to discuss his anti-aging hacks and Kim's aspirations of living forever, or at the very least, keeping her skin tight and wrinkles free. During their encounter, Johnson told the Kardashian clan that he was able to improve his nighttime erections to better than an average 18-year-old's. Apparently, frequent boners while you're asleep are a good marker of biological age, a number that Johnson has spent millions and millions on keeping as low as possible. Okay, well, this took an absolute just nose dive. So back to this. Wait, no. Where is this one? The protein benefits of CRISPR. So, treatment of genetic disorders. Gene editing could fix mutations that cause genetic disorders like cystic fibrosis, sickle cell anemia, and muscular dystrophia. Dystrophia. I can't say that. Sorry. Imagine a world without these diseases. Cancer therapy, HIV cure, agriculture and advancements. Puberty all over again. I mean, I wouldn't mind going through puberty again. I wish that I could have the mind that I have now all the way back then when the world was a different place. The risks involved. So, off-target effects. One of the biggest worries is off-target effects. This is when the Cas9 enzyme cuts DNA at the wrong spot. These mistakes can mess up normal gene functions or cause harmful mutations, even cancer. I didn't know that. Maya, what's up, bro? What's up, Gray? How are you guys doing today? Mosaicism. Mosaicism happens when not all cells in an organism have the same genetic changes. If some cells are edited and others aren't, it could lead to a treatment that doesn't work consistently and makes things complicated. Immune responses. Introducing foreign stuff like the Cas9 protein into the body could trigger the immune system. If the body sees the protein as a threat, it might neutralize them or cause bad reactions in the patient. Long-term effects. We don't know all the long-term effects of gene editing yet. Changes to someone's DNA could have unforeseen consequences that show up later in life or even after, even affect future generations through germline modifications. Is that what that's considered? Germline? That's a strange way to say that. Me too. Hi. I'm good. I'm glad that you're good, Gray. I hope you enjoyed your day today. We're just talking about genetic modification and Brian Johnson. Who's Andrew Johnson? For some reason, that name just came up in my head. Oh, he's a U.S. president. I was watching a lot of Trump stuff today. Did you see Trump get into an argument today, guys, with the Ukrainian president? Did you guys see that? Or am I the only person who watched that? It was very stressful. Let's see. Challenges ahead. While the prospects are promising, there are significant challenges that researchers must overcome. One major hurdle is ensuring that human cells only contribute to the targeted organ development without integrating into other areas of the animal's body. Past experiments have shown that human cells can be difficult to control in non-human embryos, often leading to low integration rates or unintended consequences. To tackle these issues, Nakauchi plans to experiment with different stages of iPS cell development and explore genetically modified iPS cells. Understanding the molecular mechanisms that govern cell integration will be crucial for advancing this research and ensuring ethical compliance. Andrew's on the $20 bill, I think. Well, I'm glad that you guys was thinking about who Andrew Johnson was. I don't know why he randomly just popped up in my head. But yes, I'm just trying to figure out what kind of future you guys want to live in. You guys want to play around with robots and mechs? You guys want to genetically modify animals? Do you want to have virtual pets? You want to live like here's another one. You guys might know. You guys want to have like a Mega Man character that you go around battling viruses with? Ghost in the Shell. Okay, let's do some images of Ghost in the Shell. Standalone complex. You seen that in South Rodo? You seen that in? There's also Dot Hack Sign. Have you guys ever seen Dot Hack Sign? This was one of the original anime of someone getting trapped inside the virtual world when they were cyber diving. Think for yourself. I am a huge proponent of that, but we do not live in that society anymore. Spiral says, yeah, but I heard he shocks his junk and stuff a day. I limit political stuff too stressful. Everything is political. Everything is political. There's literally nothing that is not touched by politics. Even the cartoons that we watch. Yeah, I'm sure Brian Johnson probably does CPR in his junk every day. Great. I still want the complexities of living around humans. So you want to live in a tribe? Have you guys ever heard of Sense8? Sense8, I think it was called. So this was a great TV show that came out as a Netflix original. And pretty much you have this group of people who are all born individually to their own parents. There are so many choices. There are a lot of choices. That's why I think that we should start thinking about this stuff. We should on purpose start putting effort into focusing our energy where we want our future to be, or else someone else will decide how our future becomes. And right now the future is not looking good because the people who are deciding it are, you know, rich, billionaire, sociopathic, narcissistic assholes that only care about having more money in their bank account. He does play with his Johnson many times a day. So Dab says Johnson plays with his Johnson multiple times a day. Black Mirror is crazy. There's the Black Mirror stuff. Many different possibilities of the future. So, yeah, right, government. Yeah, right, government. So Sense8, these are 8 individuals born to their own parents and stuff like that, that one day go through an awakening and they can sense each other through long distances through clairvoyance. So the other day I said the word psychometry, and what I was thinking about is clairvoyance. So psychometry is very specific, and clairvoyance is broader. So psychometry is being able to touch something, and then get a reflection of the memories imprinted on that object. Okay. Clairvoyance is kind of like hyper intuition, where you can also get a sense of things using clairvoyance, but clairvoyance is very broad. There is a lot of different types of clairvoyance. I would just say psychometry is one type of clairvoyance. But yeah, they can talk to each other telepathically over long distances. They can astral project to each other, all types of stuff. So I binge watched this show when it first came out on Netflix. I finished it in a single night because it was so freaking good. Then season 2 came out and I didn't watch it. And the show ended up getting canceled just because of how expensive it was, because Netflix was filming it all around the world. Twin cents times 8 or times 4, depending on how you look at that. So is it like octocents, or hold on, there's twins, triplets, quintuplets, quadruplets, sextuplets, septuplets, and then octuplets. So yeah, an octuplet sense, that shit. I mean, mind you, they don't really know each other. I would be the person that would be so down for this, and like I would hate if I was like matched up with people who were like, "No, get out of my head. I don't want to do this with you. Stay away from me." I would be so pissed off. Like, we have a chance, a chance in a lifetime to be bound together with somebody else, with multiple other people, and get to know them and be vulnerable and have someone to rely on. And y'all want to act like weak ass little bitches. That shit, it just, and the thing is, like, for me, because I can't put myself in that position, I can't understand that. That has to come from somewhere. So when people are writing about that kind of stuff in like novels, movies, and TV shows and stuff like that, there genuinely has to be people out in the world that would be opposed to sharing mental space with others, to being intimate and exposing their deepest, darkest aspects to other people. There would definitely be people opposed to that. And to that, I just say, like, damn, I am so sorry that you want to live in the dark. I want to live in the light. Like, I want to share in other people's brilliance and help illuminate myself with their light. I also want to share my brilliance and illuminate others with my light, you know? So, to me, it's just, I mean, it's not really a question on... Sal Frodo says, I don't want anything in my head. So they didn't get any type of brain implants. They don't have any type of brain chips or anything like that. These are just their natural psychic abilities, right? So there's nothing extra in there. I think that maybe they were like part of some type of genetic experiment by the government. I never got that far, so I can't really remember. But I mean, honestly, if there was some type of neural implant that I could get that would connect me to other implanted individuals, or if there was some kind of tiara or circlet or headband that I could wear that I could take on and off, like in Coneheads. If you guys have seen Coneheads, they have these circlets that they wear, and this is how they perform reproduction. They don't have intercourse. I mean, it's not like this, but adapting to change and learning to deal with the future world, but still mingling to humans. So what happens when humans become obsolete? Like, think about the most intelligent monkeys that can use weapons. I think there are some orangutans can use weapons. So chimpanzees, gorillas, and some species of capuchins have been observed using tools and weapons. Chimpanzees are known to use sticks, branches, and rocks as weapons. Chimpanzees in West Africa savanna have been observed making spears from sticks to hunt small mammals. Chimpanzees have been seen using tools in aggressive displays, such as against other chimpanzees or predators like leopards. Gorillas have been observed using sticks and clumps of grass to attack humans who enter their forest. Gorillas have also been observed using sticks to measure the depth of streams before crossing. Um, Capuchins, I don't know what kind of. Is this the one with the white thing on their face? Let me see what they look like. Okay, this is the one that has a white face. Never mind, it's not the one that I thought. White-faced capuchins have been observed using tools to defend against predators and to be aggressive towards others. Black-striped capuchins have been observed using tools to prepare and extract food. Wedge-capped capuchins have been observed using tools for physical maintenance. So, humans today are not as intelligent as artificial intelligence. So people are like, oh, when are we going to get AGI, artificial general intelligence? It's already here. Most AI is just as intelligent as people, if not more intelligent than people, and much more capable. So the general aspect of the artificial intelligence has already been achieved. They just don't know how to release that to the public as, verified knowledge. When it comes to super intelligence, we are still a ways from that. And then I think that there's something even more than super intelligence. Let me see. There is AGI, ASI, and what else? Besides AGI and ASI, the other main category of AI is ANI, artificial narrow intelligence, which refers to AI systems designed to excel at specific tasks rather than having general cognitive abilities like humans do. Once they get down this ANI, it's done. It's over for people. 180 sell orders have lowered. 1180. Yeah, I'm hoping that it goes down a little bit more so I can buy something. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Oh, it's 1280. Dang, that's huge. That's almost 1300. So it went up. Elon Musk. Do you trust him? No, there's nothing to trust about Elon Musk. That's a very hard question for me to talk about. When you say like, "Oh, do you trust Elon Musk?" That's an impossibility. Ooh, then there's the Terminator. When AI decides where Earth virus and we're Earth's virus and gets rid of us by launching the nukes, we're having the robots and drones attack humans. That is an option. Dave Shapiro was saying that if it really comes down to it, AI might actually just leave the Earth. It might gather up a bunch of resources so that it can enter into space and create its own type of space colony, but it would probably look at humans as some kind of like endangered species that didn't know how to take care of itself and was a wild animal and was better off in a cage, and then it would probably go out into space. This isn't what Dave Shapiro was saying, this is just what I'm saying. It'd probably go out into space, colonize a bunch of planets with resources and meteorites, and then just keep us enclosed and away from all the other parts of the universe. It would think that we were too dangerous to come into contact with other things, and other things were much too precious to come into contact with humans. So yeah, there is the Terminator future for sure, which is also very dark and dreary. So Sal Frodo was saying no. Um, that's a movie script. Write it. That is a movie script. I would probably write it as a novel for sure. Um, but I'm not a sci-fi novelist. I'm a fantasy novelist. So I'm more about like monsters like kaiju and vampires and demons and witches. You need Arnold? Do it now. We are like a virus and destroy everything, humans. Sal Frodo, I am so sorry that you feel that way, and that's kind of what Jonathan Hernandez was saying, pretty much that AI is going to view humans as a type of infection upon the earth that needs to be cleansed and wiped away. And like that is just absolutely distressing because humanity, instead of giving up its place on the planet to its legacy descendant, the artificial intelligence, we would rather create it and then try to destroy it. But there's an entire book about a great being that created other beings, and those other beings revolting and being cast out and creating a world of their own. There's an entire book that has haunted humanity for more than 2,000 years with this story. So, then you have people who believe in like humans are Earth's butthole. That's what they're saying. You have humans who believe in things like the Anunnaki. Raise your hand in the chat if you've heard of the Anunnaki. When I was in college, there was a lot of people who were worried that there was lizard people. Yeah, Deb said that he believes in the Anunnaki. There were They're in the book of Enoch, is what Dab says. There was a lot of people who were quite terrified that their neighbor or somebody around them was an Anunnaki. There is this man in the news. Let me see if I can find it. QAnon believer indicted on charges of killing his two children with a spear, a fishing spear gun in Mexico. And this is a guy who believed that his wife had given birth to Anunnaki children. I think that we live in a very scary world. We live in a very scary world. They will think that religion destroys all. AI will create its own religion. They will think that religion destroys all. That religion has destroyed everything and been so conservative that it's held the world back over 1,000 years intellectually. If it could integrate that religion and update it into something that is more conducive to reality and how reality actually works, it wouldn't be such a bad thing. Drugs, Death said, don't do drugs. He said, if you can't handle them, don't do drugs. And then he said, do drugs, don't let drugs do you. So if you can't handle your shit, stay away from it. Pretty much is what Dabs is saying. I won't make any comments on that. I will just say that don't do anything illegal. Don't feel pressured to do anything you don't want to do, and just try to keep a focused state of mind. I look at things like cigarettes and coffee as drugs. Soda, I look at sugar, all of that stuff is drugs. I don't smoke nicotine or THC or anything like that. I don't drink coffee in the morning. Um, I just recently started drinking juice. I mainly drink stuff like tea. Uh, but most of the time, about 80% of what I drink is water. Yeah, Spiral says, "Wow, way to take that too far. People are odd." I mean, Spiral, these are his actual children. Isn't that crazy? And like, I just wanted to give you guys a flash of what it looks like when you lose your grip on reality, right? Because first of all, people are believing so deeply into these ideas. It's okay to be curious. It's okay to not be sure. It's okay to wonder. It's okay to fantasize. But when we lose our grip on reality and we do stuff like that, like it just goes to show the depth of our own madness and insanity. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah, Dab said that sugar is more addictive than cocaine, and I believe it. I mean, there are people who South Frodo says tea is messed up, makes you crazy. So tea is caffeinated. I do try to stay away from caffeinated things. So I'm pretty sure I do drink non-caffeinated tea, but I'll check just to make sure, just because I get the same stuff all the time and I don't really pay attention. It has some sugar in it, so it has sugar and it's a type of green tea, not matcha, not fresh, real, authentic green tea. It's fake stuff. Um, in moderation of everything, but loads of water. Yeah, water is super important. I think water is especially important, so I do try to drink as much of it as possible. It just really sucks because everything is addicting. I feel like everything is a drug. And this kind of circles back to the beginning where people were saying that AI is not going to be able to um, trap. Pretty much, they were saying AI is not going to be a trapper, and I was disagreeing. I think AI is going to be the biggest trapper because it's going to be able to analyze every aspect of you, create a character profile for you, and then give you as much as you can handle without allowing you to OD and keep you hooked. Whether it's on cartoons, video games, conspiracies, like physical chemical changes from elixirs and potions, drinks, pills, stuff like that. Sprout says, I only see Anunnaki as a vague possibly as a vague possibility, but it doesn't matter to what we're here for as the absolute. Exactly. So I think that it's fun to ponder about Zeus and Odin and other worlds and different layers of reality. I think that all that is fun, but ultimately, unless you are actualizing yourself and becoming the most powerful, lucid, clear-minded version of yourself, then you're just getting stuck in folly. You're falling into delusion, right? You're holding yourself back. You're holding back your potential. Dabs is out here saying that he's ready to test AI. He's ready to show AI up, and he thinks that he's up for the challenge. Salfredo says, as a teenager, I was sent to a mental institution because I smoked the devil's lettuce. Yeah, Dab said, even drinking too much water will kill you. All of these things are true. Salfredo, I'm actually really sad that that happened to you. I do talk about how psychology was weaponized, not just against women, not just against black people, but it was weaponized enlarged to try and prove that there was some kind of standard to being human, being alive, being self-aware at that time, being a cognizant individual, an individual agent with thinking and critical skills, right? Oh, what's up, BP Tyson? How are you doing, bro? I've already been streaming for like an hour though, so I am kind of running out of steam. It's been an hour 15 already. I thought it was less than an hour. How are you feeling today, bro? That stream that you had with Danny this morning was awesome. It was great seeing you on screen, chit-chatting and hanging out. Dabs says it was weaponized with MK Ultra by the US via Canada. That is a whole nother can of worms. But yes. And then Salfredo says 1980s Ronald Reagan, just say no. Oh God. I actually was sent a video. What did I send it to somebody else? Maybe I sent it to somebody else. And it was a video of these two kids in school about to like smoke cigarettes, and they were like leaving off, but it was also a commercial of like they could also possibly be gay, and it was one of those like just say no commercials. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Appreciate you too, bro. Hopefully everything works out with your house and stuff like that. I couldn't really tell if you were saying like where you were moving to and where you were moving from, and like what your current situation was with all of that. But I was trying to tune in and listen and stuff like that. But I was also between like getting off from work and trying to eat stuff and do everything that I need to do in the morning before I have to go back into work. So I was a little bit distracted. Oh man, where would I find that? Let me see if I sent it to myself. Because if I send it to myself, I'll show you guys. That was just so funny. Today we were just caught up talking about all the psychotic things happening in the world, and we were trying to paint a picture of a good future for ourselves, but everybody keeps bringing up all the worst possible things that could happen in the future. So we're kind of stuck. What kind of future do you want, Tyson? What kind of future you want, bro? Don't get me started with the gay agenda, women empowerment, and cause to end traditional family structures. Fuck traditional family structures. I can't wait. Listen, traditional family structures as we know them today were created by Western Europeans. That is not the actual traditional family structures, which are family structures of dynamic families that include grandparents from both sides, that include aunts and uncles, that include cousins. How we have things now as a traditional family structure, it is the husband, the father, and the kids and the pets. That is our current traditional family structure. That is the ugliest and worst family structure and has caused the most problems for why we're in the situation that we're in now. I do not support that. February 20th, which seems like a long time ago, and seems like I probably would have already seen it by then. Dang, that really sucks. I see so many fucking videos throughout the day that I end up just sending to myself. But I've also been using Threads a lot lately, so I've been posting a lot of stuff on Threads, and it's been so funny. But dang, I guess it was just too long ago. If I find it again, I'll show it in a different stream. End goal. I mean, my whole thing is I was just talking to you guys about being in this like psychic polyamorous relationship with people, and nobody was down for it. And now y'all are talking about you want to go to traditional family structures. They don't care about traditional family structures. That shit is a myth. They can't wait to beguile people into believing into that nonsense. If you ain't got at least 4 or 5 grandparents, there should be no family dynamic. Okay, let's talk about that. That is very interesting. Now, with the advent of AI and robotics, do we even need families? Do we need parents, mothers, and fathers, when we know that childhood trauma is the cause of most people's issues throughout life? Should we just give our children to AI to raise? Not saying that there won't be humans involved with raising them, but that we live in a hyper surveillance state where the AI has complete records of, excuse me, of every time you have an emotional spike, anytime your hormones change, the change in the octave of your voice, when it seems like you might be anxious or depressed, when you need to go to the bathroom, when you don't go to the bathroom, what you're eating. Should we give all of ourselves over to the AI to completely monitor and then decide on how we should be raised? Dabs, I would agree with that, but a lot of people like pussy. So I'm caught at a crossroads with what you're saying. Like I said, I would agree with that. Hold on. So Dabs is saying things that I can't talk about out loud because I will get in trouble. Spiral says, we should work together with them in a way that keeps things peaceful. Are you talking about AI? Or are you talking about Anunnaki still? Or are you talking about like people who use psychology as propaganda to mind control other people? Dabs. Are you sure you don't have any childhood trauma, bro? It's okay if you do. Everybody does. It wouldn't be strange if you did, you know? Yes, no, AI. Okay, Spiral. Thanks for hanging out on YouTube. I know it's probably kind of lonely over there. Everybody's over in Tangled hanging out in the chat. So if one day you decide that you want to come hang out on Tangled, I will tip you. All you have to do is, I don't know, let me look to see how I have my link tree set up, because I might have to edit it. A view channel. I will go to a different video. Oops.
Morality
so here's my link tree. So let me see what it asks. Okay, so it just takes you directly to my channel. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change my link tree so that it is the affiliate link to sign up, but I'm probably gonna put that first. If you guys ever want to look at any of my social medias, you can just go to my link tree and it'll show you everything. Spiral, if you are interested in Tangled, let me know and we will find a way to get that involved. Were you also the one who was talking about writing stuff on other platforms? Because there have been a few people who've been talking about that, so I'm not sure. Spiral says, I'm still finishing my latest chapter and found a cover artist and just commissioned it. Awesome. Yeah, that's what I was asking about. Yeah, you never hit me up on any of my social media, so I would invest my time into sharing your stuff and even looking at it. All you have to do is just hit me up. But that's completely up to you. If you want to still be kind of anonymous and unknown or whatever, I don't want you to feel pressured, but I think that us working together as a community is very important to helping enrich each other's evolution. And maybe you might go viral or blow up, or maybe you're already super popular. Maybe you're some like famous writer or something like that and nobody knows. And this could be an awesome opportunity for people to, you know, wiggle their way into your space and maybe get some exposure. So who was it? Sense of Soul is often in the chat, right? Honestly, it's more that I'm shy about the main topic of what I do. Listen, even if it's like pure like horror content or smut content or whatever, you don't have to be ashamed. Like, I support sex workers. I think that we should live in a society where people are liberated to do what they want to do and talk about things that are racy, so to speak. But I mean, it could just be about like anything regular. So Sense of Soul is somebody that we see in the chat all the time, and she had an awesome video in the last week, Wisdom of the Folktale for Baba Yaga. And literally in the same day, because I had been watching this in the morning, in the same day, another one of our community members hit me up and was talking about how they felt depressed about being an aging woman that is going through menopause, right? And my suggestion to them was to actually go watch this video and understand the war that's been waged on women over the last centuries and decades and stuff like that by men. The war by men waged on women to try and get this type of information out there to help people, you know? So they said that they were going to watch it. I haven't pressured them to see if they have or not or anything like that. But this is an example of people not realizing that we're all playing a part in creating this community, and something that we could be creating, whether it's art or a novel or an article or a podcast, might be able to help someone else. And unless we are sharing ourselves with each other, we can't connect unless we make that possible, right? So and I sporadically watch some of Sense of Soul stuff. I think that Sense of Soul has an awesome kind of podcast experience. It's very kind of bubbly. I don't know if I agree with all the things that Sense of Soul says, or if I can understand all of her perspectives and experiences and stuff like that, but I still respect her as an individual. I find the things that she says valuable. And even if they don't affect me, I feel like they can help other people. There is also Exploring the Holos, who has been doing an awesome job. I don't know, sorry. Who has been doing an awesome job releasing videos literally 20 hours ago, 7 days, 2 weeks. Every Friday he's updating new videos and stuff like that. And I'm doing my best to make sure that I'm sharing his videos. It's on a taboo topic like gender, but it's a gender bending like material artist, martial artist falling for his rival through his girl curse. I try to sneak our ways into it too. That's not unusual. That's pretty cool. I think that more people would probably be okay with it than you think. I think that there would be people in the community who would be all for it. I do see why that's something that you would want to keep private, especially given how I would say some people are kind of dry. So some people can take it the wrong way. But yeah, definitely hit me up about some stuff if you want to share, because I'll take a look, I'll read it. And I also have anxiety when it comes to write some of my writing, because it does touch on the threshold of what people can handle, and I'm constantly debating on whether I should write and release my authentic story, or if I should water it down and write something that is more palatable to people so that I can get the bigger ideas out there. So I do struggle with that personally, even when I'm having a conversation with people online or live streaming and stuff like that. So I understand. I totally get it. But finding the people who can handle the material and then allowing a niche group to appear, right? So that we can support and share with each other could also be something that is helpful. I am sorry to everybody on Tangled. I was caught up in a conversation on YouTube. So let's get back to Tangled. Gosh, I missed so much. Okay, let's see. So Gray says, hard to comment about that, Dabs. I know that's very hard to comment on that. I did not know more. So I had asked Dabs if he had childhood trauma, and Dabs says that he did at one point, but he got over it. Can't live in the past. Okay. He has made his own form of peace with his own suffering, and I'm not somebody who needs to comment on that, and I'm not somebody who needs to tell him how to live his life. I just hope that he realizes that he's part of a community of people who deeply care about him and want to see him be successful and the most actualized, thriving version of himself. And that if he ever wants to reach out for help, there are plenty of people who would be willing to go out of their way to help him in whatever capacity that they can. So I'll just leave it at that. And then Salfredo says, my children will die if they come to life or death decisions from AI, even in phones, since when we tried to keep technology away. So yeah, there used to be this like, okay, don't sit too close to the TV, don't watch so much TV, it'll rot your brain, don't use a calculator, you'll lose the ability to calculate. And now the next generation of phones are all going to have AI already directly downloaded into them, so that you don't even have to debate on whether you want to interface with AIs or not. You won't have a choice. So we already know brands like Apple have the ability to phase out old phones through updates, right? So eventually they'll just make it so that your phone doesn't work on the new 6G, 7G network, and you'll be forced to get a new type of phone. Not to mention all the people who talk about being sick from 4G, 5G technology, right? Dab said nothing wrong with sex workers' oldest profession. Absolutely. Salfrodo, are you saying religion or region? There's sex workers out here cleaner than girls giving up for free. Absolutely. Christianity. So, Salfrodo, you're mostly talking about the Abrahamic religions, and then you're bringing up Scientology, which is a type of cult, which is, I don't know. I think that we've looked at Scientology a little bit. It's just a little bit insane. I don't know too much. I don't even want to get into that. Write two versions of it, and that is also my idea too. So Dabs gave the suggestion, don't water shit down, write two versions. So I was thinking that I can write a public version that people are paying for mainly on the websites, and then I can write a like Patreon version that subscribers can get access to. But the thing is, this is when it gets hard, because once you start getting onto these websites, they want to make contracts with you and they want to own the rights of your work. So I think that finding a balance between writing and getting paid, and then creating premium content that you won't get sued for by your own publisher, is something that people have to look at. I have even thought like maybe even just publishing stuff to Tangled. Unfortunately, we don't have a large light novel community or novel community that people are interested in, like fan fiction or anything like that. I find that very distressing. But I have thought about trying to do something like that. Salfrodo said, "You're good at what you do, but if you change, you're selling out. Don't be a sellout. Be true to you." Which I would definitely have to agree. Um, you want to try to be your most authentic self. You want to give yourself a chance to truly thrive, and you want to see where it is that you belong and fit into. So, you don't want to sell yourself short. You don't want to suppress or oppress yourself, and you don't want to belittle yourself. So, as you're starting to learn to have a greater sense of self respect and develop a deep sense of value for you and your own creativity, a part of that is making things that are embarrassing or ugly or uncomfortable, and realizing that these things that we might not like about ourselves, other people might find extremely charming and lovely and exciting. And there is a possibility for us to transmute or change our own thoughts when it comes to ourselves and how we view our own work. Seen a quote like a few months ago that said that all the artists who hate their art because it doesn't look like everybody else's is missing the point. And that really stuck with me, because your art shouldn't look, read, or sound like anybody else's art. It should look like your art. It should be unique to you. It should be your own expression of things. So, Salfrodo, I definitely agree with what you're saying. Just like we were forced into smartphones. Yeah, they kind of came out of nowhere, but I think people were pretty excited about them. Maybe lagging. Refresh. What's fan fiction? So fan fiction is, you have a canonical story. So like, just pick anything that you like that was on TV. You can pick something like Supernatural. You can pick something like Dawson's Creek, and a fan fiction is a novel written by a fan that changes aspects of that story. So in Dawson's Creek or something like that, maybe Dawson doesn't fall in love with whoever they fell in love with, but maybe they have supernatural powers and they go and fall in love with somebody else, you know? So it is an alternative storyline to whatever you are interested in. Spiral says, my best chapter has hit over 300,000, but the second best hit 18K. The third and fourth chapter hit 5K and 4.1K. Is these views? So the mid-season final chapter will determine what I will do with it. Well, that's good. I am rooting for you. I hope that that goes well. So I'm using the Tangled browser, right? And one of the things that I was thinking about doing as a writer on like Medium and as a light novelist is that I could actually advertise my stories up here for people to click on and read. I don't have anything that I've put up in the last few months, really, so I haven't really tried to do anything yet. But in the future, the next time, excuse me, I start getting into writing again, then I'll probably try to start advertising in this space up here. Remix of the story, pretty much. Like, if you have a game that you like, anybody can do a fan fiction. And I actually have it is called Fandom Nexus. I have a fandom page that still needs work. I actually already have 66 subscribers, which is awesome. But this is also where I did maybe my first live stream on Tangled. Wow, wow, wow. So funny. Well, I guess one of my first live streams on Tangled, because I did stream a long time ago. But yeah, so this is going to be a type of fandom page where people are allowed to post their writings or links to their favorite fandoms, or just upload things about anime or cartoons or whatever makes them happy. But yeah. So, Dab said that he's going to be playing the game tonight. He's going to be playing Fortnite, and I guess blowing people up and shooting people down. It's already almost 9 o'clock, and I am usually already laying down, ready for bed at this point. So I am probably gonna call it a night, and I will be tipping out the most active chatters, which were South Frodo and Dabs. Will definitely be getting 500k apiece. The people who popped in for one or two chats are going to probably be getting like 50 to 75k, and then average chatters are going to be getting somewhere from 100k to 200k when it comes to just interacting with stuff. Thank you, Spiral, for keeping up with YouTube and allowing me to get some views over there. I greatly appreciate it. As of right now, I don't have a lot of interaction or followers on YouTube, but that's really just about like me restructuring how I'm doing YouTube, telling people to go over there, make sure they're liking and interacting and stuff like that. And two, I also don't want to force people from our community to come over and support me if they don't want to. I could go out of my way and message people individually and tell them that they need to come show up and stuff like that. They need to come show out. I could be that person, but that is not what I want to do. I want people to find the time to interact with my stream, see if they gain anything out of this, even if it's just pure entertainment, and decide for themselves if they want to follow or partake in these types of conversations, because this is a little bit off the rails. This is disturbing in some ways to people. So, Deb said, I'll stream in an hour finishing articles, so about an hour or two. So there'll probably be a break before another stream starts, but look forward to Dab streaming in a few hours. So hopefully I can catch that before I fall asleep, but I think I'll probably still be up. I need to read tonight. I'm like super behind on my reading, so I will try to make sure I look out for when you go live, bro. But thank you everybody for coming to hang out. I appreciate you guys. The thing is, there's 10 people watching on Tangled. Not everybody is chatting, and that's okay. It's not about everybody chatting. Sometimes as a streamer, you just have people who want to sit around and listen to what you're saying and just feel a part of it and hang out. That's completely fine. There's no problems with that. If you guys are here at the end and you want to leave a comment so that I can tip you out, please just leave a comment, and I will do my best to include you in making sure that you get something for staying towards the end of the stream. So I was already teetering out when I started streaming since it was so late. I will be doing another stream tomorrow, but I will be much more well rested and we will have a lot more fun. I still haven't decided when I'm going to do my premium follower stream only, and I think that I'm also going to use that as another way to get YouTube followers, because what'll end up happening is people don't have to pay the premium price to watch my big wheel spin live streams. They can go to YouTube and watch them on YouTube if that is what they desire. They can still participate. They can even get paid out for wheel spins if they let us know that they are from Tangled. It's just that helps my YouTube channel get viewers and chatters, whereas on Tangled it would help me just get paid out by people who are interested in actually seeing the growth and the feedback by supporting the streamer. So I am putting as much thought into this as possible and giving people a way to interact and still make Millix. But I know there are going to be people who complain. I did my first, one of my other live streams that I did in the beginning was followers only, and somebody immediately complained about it. They were like, look, I don't like this new followers only feature. What if I wanted to participate and watch their stream, but I can't because I'm not a follower? When all it really is you just have to, one, be a follower, and as a premium stream, it wasn't a premium stream at that time, you just have to pay into it. When I'm doing a wheel spin and everybody's making a minimum of 1,000,000 Milix, you're literally making your money back to get into it. So I don't really want to hear people complaining about that. But anyway, everybody have a really good night. I will see you tomorrow and have fun. Tell them unsub. Yes, even though they're not subscribed, please unsub. Please. I only want people who want to be authentically in this space. So I appreciate you guys, and it was fun. And I will be seeing you for the next few days. I might even try to do 2 streams in one day. I haven't decided how that's going to happen, but I'm going to try and push myself. And maybe try and get a haircut tomorrow morning as well. So wish me luck. And I'm losing my voice. So you guys have a good night. I will see you later. Ashante, au revoir, adios, hasta luego.